2005. During his exploration, Chow, along with his crew, claimed to observe a strange set of lights in space. According to Chow, the formation resembled an upside-down V. With his heart leaping into his mouth due to the excitement caused by the discovery, Chow kept his eye on the strange object emitting lights until it vanished out of his sight. Today, Chow claims he is 100% convinced he was visited by aliens. Moreover, he also doesn't discount the possibility of the UFO he witnessed being from a parallel dimension. Do you have a spine-tingling tale you'd like to share? Tell us in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more creepy videos like this. And as always, thanks for watching Factnominal. The fact that conditions on Earth are habitable is really nothing more than a cosmic fluke. I mean, most planets are completely unsuitable for nurturing life, but some have conditions that are outright terrifying. Welcome to Factnominal, and in this video, we'll be going through some of the planets with the harshest conditions. Here are the 10 most terrifying planets ever discovered. Let's start with a planet everyone should be familiar with, one that resides within our own solar system, Venus. Venus is essentially Earth's evil twin. It's roughly the same size as our planet and is made up of very similar rocky layers, but it has a terrifyingly harsh environment. The mass of its atmosphere is approximately 92 times that of Earth's, as is the pressure at its surface, meaning it has an atmospheric pressure roughly equivalent to that at a depth of nearly 1 kilometer under Earth's oceans. The surface is like a hellish nightmarescape, where temperatures reach 860 degrees Fahrenheit, and the air itself could cause lead to melt and break human bones. And it rains huge blobs of sulfuric acid. At higher levels, the peaks of Venus's mountains are covered with layers of heavy metal frost, and 200-mile-per-hour winds blow clouds of sulfuric acid across the sky that's filled with carbon dioxide. Suffice to say that Earth is definitely the good twin in this planetary siblingship. Now, around 489 light-years from Earth, COROT 7b is an exoplanet which orbits the star COROT 7 in constellation Monoceros. Discovered in 2009, the planet is believed to have formed as a gas giant 100 times larger than Earth. But as it migrated closer to its star, the gas shed until all that remained was a rocky core. COROT 7b's star is 60 times closer to it than we are to our sun, meaning it looks 360 times larger in the sky than our sun looks to us. Now, because of this, on its day side, the planet can reach a horrifying 4,700 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hot enough to completely vaporize rock. And during colder fronts, condensation causes pebbles to form, which means it literally starts to rain rocks. Theoretical models have also suggested that the planet has boiling oceans and a whole lot of lava flowing on it. Terrifyingly, the other half of the planet is unimaginably cold and can reach temperatures of minus 392 degrees Fahrenheit, meaning it essentially has different versions of hell on either side. Gliese 436b, which is also simply known as GJ 436b, is a planet that lies around 30 light-years from Earth. It is one of the weirdest and most contradictory planets in the known universe. Existing a mere 2.5 million miles from its star, its temperature is approximately 822 degrees Fahrenheit, which, it goes without saying, should be hot enough to evaporate water. However, the planet's water remains in solid form. GJ 436b is a planet of burning ice. This ice is very different to the kind we're familiar with here on Earth, and it goes by the name of Ice 7. Ice 7 has a denser and more crystalline structure than normal ice, and it's believed it formed due to the strong gravitational force at GJ 436b's core. Another major contradiction in this bizarre world is that there should be high levels of methane due to the outer layer of hydrogen and helium. But there's actually around 7,000 times less methane than expected, and there are huge quantities of carbon monoxide instead. We're heading back into our own solar system now, and this time it's to talk about the largest planet in it, Jupiter. You may have never seen Jupiter as having been presented as a terrifying place to be. But just think about it for a moment. Not only is it teeming with poisonous gases, it also has an average temperature of minus 234 degrees Fahrenheit. and a surface gravity 2.4 times that of what's on Earth. Additionally, there are storms on Jupiter that are twice as wide as the Earth itself. They generate winds up to 400 miles per hour, and lightning bolts that are 100 times brighter and more potent than anything seen on our planet. Terrifyingly, beneath Jupiter's surface, there's an endless abyss in the form of a 25,000-mile deep ocean of liquid metallic hydrogen, which conducts both electricity and heat. The planet Jensen, which is also known as 55 Cancri E, is a planet around 40 light-years away with a diameter about twice the size of Earth. Its most well-known property is that it's one-third diamond, which is believed to be due to the fact that its atmosphere is predominantly carbon. That amount of diamond would be valued at around $26.9 nonillion here on Earth. For reference, 1 nonillion is 1 followed by 30 zeros. Jensen is a tidally locked planet, with one side facing the sun and the other side existing in a state of constant sheer blackness. Water on Jensen exists in a supercritical state, somewhere between liquid and gas, as the planet's close proximity to its star means it cannot exist as pure liquid. With the hot side of the planet reaching 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit and the other side being totally dark and freezing cold, Jensen is completely uninhabitable. What's more, superheated hydrogen cyanide has been detected spewing out from beneath the planet's surface, making it even more hazardous than it already is. The gas giant HD 189733b is about 63 light-years away from Earth, and astronomers have discovered that it's home to one of the most extraordinary and terrifying space storms in the universe. The planet's atmosphere is generally composed of oxygen and hydrogen, water vapor, methane, and a little carbon dioxide. But in the higher reaches of the atmosphere, things get a little more scary. Magnesium silicate condenses into molten glass raindrops, which gives the planet its aesthetically pleasing deep blue coloring, but also results in molten glass being hurled around the planet by a powerful, even supersonic wind. While there are no exact figures on how fast those winds are, they're believed to blow at up to 4,500 miles per hour, 7 times the speed of sound. The planet is also tidally locked to its star, which creates a permanently heated day side and a side of perpetual night. But thanks to the powerful winds spreading heat around the planet, even the night side has an average temperature of about 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit. So just imagine how hot the day side is. But the fact is, the most horrifying aspect of this planet is its reign of terror through a hot glass-filled gale raging into the darkness. HD 80606b is approximately 190 light-years from Earth, and it orbits a star in a binary system. It's a gas giant, about 4 times the size of Jupiter, and it moves around its parent star in an elongated and uneven manner, similar to how a comet moves, rather than what you'd expect from a planet. That orbit takes the planet 79 million miles out into its solar system. But when it's at the point nearest to its star, that's when things get terrifying. Every 111 days, HD 80606b star is just 2.8 million miles away, at which point the planet dramatically heats up, resulting in the atmosphere exploding into a hellish and frenetic storm. The temperature increases from 980 degrees Fahrenheit to 2,240 degrees Fahrenheit in just 6 hours, resulting in what astronomer Greg Laughlin calls, quote, one of the fiercest storms of the galaxy. Winds can reach a devastating 11,000 miles per hour. And in 2009, astronomers were able to witness it in real time using NASA's Spitzer telescope. They said they could almost hear the wind shrieking as they watched on in awe. Ultra-hot Jupiter-type exoplanet KELT-9b is the hottest exoplanet known to man. In fact, it's so blisteringly hot that its temperature even surpasses those of many stars. Residing 670 light-years from Earth, KELT-9b orbits so close to its sun that its surface can reach an almost unfathomable 772 degrees Fahrenheit. To put into perspective just how hot that is, it is so hot that the planet has atomic iron and titanium in its atmosphere. Researchers have utilized data from the Spitzer Space Telescope to come to the conclusion that the extreme temperatures on the planet's day side cause molecules of hydrogen gas to tear apart. The molecules then assemble when they flow to the night side, which is relatively cooler, before being ripped apart again when they move back into the furnace. Those are definitely some harsh conditions. Kepler 78b is an exoplanet orbiting the star known as Kepler 78. At the time of its discovery back in 2010, it was the exoplanet most similar to our own Earth in terms of its mass, radius, and mean density. Moreover, it's roughly the same size of Earth and also has an iron core. So, in theory, doesn't that mean it should be somewhere humans could live one day? Well, the simple answer is absolutely not. Kepler 78b is an incomprehensibly hot world where the temperature reaches 3,700 degrees Fahrenheit due to the fact that its solar orbit is around 40 times closer to its star than Mercury is to the Sun. It's also absolutely teeming with pools of boiling hot lava. Scientists don't even believe a hellish planet like this should exist. And, rather bizarrely, there's actually no known planetary evolution or scientific explanation that explains this phenomenon. WASP 12b is a dark and doomed planet that is believed to only have another 10 million years or so left to live. It is literally being torn apart and consumed by its sun at a rate of around 189 quadrillion tons each year. And the process is resulting in it being physically stretched out into an elongated shape that is very unusual for a planet. But rather interestingly, WASP 12b's sun isn't the only thing doing the consuming. The planet itself possesses a unique trait whereby instead of reflecting light, it actually absorbs 94% of it, which results in it being dark to an eerie, otherworldly, and almost impossible extent. It has been described as being quite literally pitch black, as well as being as black as asphalt. When you combine that darkness with its inevitable demise and the not-too-distant by cosmic standards future, it's definitely not the kind of place any living thing would want to find themselves. That's a wrap for the 10 most terrifying planets ever discovered. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos